Jerry takes the alcohol, and they use the cherry with the alcohol for the chocolate. But the alcohol takes also the cherry flavor, and that alcohol, the liquor we use to blend with the custard.
Rules. Tell me about. We brought out a new beer for this time for the festival, Brewer.
Yeah.
It's not new for you, but it's new to this country, new to us. Give us some of the history or the type of beer that is. Well, it is from the Brewer in and out of.
It's from the cafe. We brew it for a cafe in Bruges.
Yes.
Called Brewer, which is very hard to find. I talked to some people yesterday who tried to find the Brewer, but it's in a little alley in there.
And you consider that a Belgian triple, or
yeah.
It's a very flavorful, easy on the palate, light colored beer, but it packs a while.
Yeah, but it's pretty high alcohol, so you have to be careful when you drink it. But like I said before, I don't really know much about the brew.
Because it's really only available in Brewer and Brewer, right?
Yeah. That's it.
It is not distributed
It's a
as.
well-kept secret, actually.
Well, it's not so secret anymore here. People are enjoying it.
But in Belgium it is.
Okay.
It's like, I get a lot of questions in Belgium as well about the beer, but it's for the Gar, so it's a special.
It's a special beer.
Yeah.
Let's go into one more question from me, and then we'll open up for the audience here. But several of you make seasonal beers, Christmas or winter ales. I know we were sampling yesterday some of the Christmas beer from St. Bernardus. What is the plan? What is that? Is that common to have a seasonal beer inside of Belgium, or I know we bring them into this country because they're so popular?
No, it's not really. In Belgium, it's not really something that is commonly done. I've noticed maybe like 8 years ago that people were asking for something new all the time. Okay. So our brewery was growing that fast that it was impossible for us to add a lot of new beers all the time. We could barely keep up with the production of the 6, the 8, the 12, the triple, the wit. So those were the beers that we made most of. But to do something for the customer who asks for something new all the time, I thought it would be a good idea to do a Christmas ale. At that time, Christmas ale, like maybe 6, 7 years ago, even in Belgium, it wasn't something that was done a lot. Nowadays, more breweries do a Christmas or a winter beer. But at that time that wasn't really something that was done a lot. But for me it was important to be able to come into a market with a new beer that's there for a while and then it's gone again. So you better drink it when it's there, because 1 month later it might be gone already. And we did that for the summer, and last year we also started doing it one for the summertime. We did an extra 4, which is one of the recipes that we got from, one of the beers that we got from the Trappist monks in 1946. But the beer got out of fashion. It's what we call a single, an ankle, a single. So it's the beer that all the other ones started with. So you have a double, a triple, and a quadruple now. But there's also something like a single. It's 4.8%, and it's very light, very drinkable. And we bring it for the summertime because we think it's nice to have something that you can drink more of before you step into another zone. How do you say that? So for us, that's quite kind of important, and also something that I'm going to keep in mind when we do some new things with our new brewery. We have a small brewery in Yper. Well, it's not mine or it's not from the brewery, but I am a little bit involved with them, and we're going to do a lot of seasonals there, or one-offs, so that we can come with new stuff all the time. But for St. Bernardus, that's not so easy, because we already have good sales with all our other beers. Okay.
Hans, tell us about the winter, Castile winter. We sold out. We don't have it on draft, we don't have it in bottles. So we're telling you, beer I can't serve you right now, but it's so popular.
Castile Winter has about the same recipe as the Castile, but we add in the brew house, we add chocolate and coffee. So that's the difference.
And same aging process?
Same aging process.
I think we'd open it up to questions from audience. Anybody have something they want to ask?
You're getting ready to repackage the winter, correct? In a new name?
Yeah, we're gonna call it Barista Chocolate Quad. So
Available all year.
available all year. And then the people know that Barista referring to coffee and chocolate quad.
Other questions from folks?
Just refers best Belgian style, and use Belgian yeast and try to keep it as true to style as possible. How important is water in the process of the water that's different here? And if you cook condition it, is there a way to at least make it simple to true to style?
Water is important for a brewery, and yeah, that's one of the things beside the yeast that makes brown beer taste different in Cervanades than in Van Onsenbroek. So yeah, that's something you can add some minerals and yes to better the water, to have the better quality of the water, but that's about it.
Maybe I ask you a question. Do you know what water you're brewing with now?
Ammonia city water from Tata.
Do you know what water that is? Because you ask us, what should I do with the water, but you should know what's in your water. That you need to know first, and if you want to analyze it, then, you know, it's going to cost a little bit of money, I guess.
I'll admit I don't know.
Yeah, so, you know, we can't give you any tips, sorry. Every part of Belgium has different water. So that's why the beer from our region is one of the reasons that it tastes different than if you go to the Ardennes. Okay.
Well, and this is one of the things I've noticed in my visits to Belgium. I haven't had enough, but I've been there a few times. But all of the breweries, all of the professional breweries that we're visiting have labs that are very active. I see all the heads nodding, which is not something that most of our American craft brewers can afford. They're small operations, and one of the differences is not seen by the customer, though customers tasted the Belgian beers, they don't know why, is because of the control standards of your labs that are very active. I mean, every brewery's got an active lab that is studying every day both yeast and water and other ingredients.
So we have a tradition in brewing, but innovation is also important, you know. So what I mean by that is over the years we have all tried to improve our beers and improve the shelf life of our beers. And to do that, you need to know what you're doing. So that's why we have all these analysis. We were just talking about it before, that we don't think that all brewers all over the world put in the same efforts on that level.
Thanks to what you're doing in Belgium.
Because if people ask me what makes your beer so different than a beer from America, I always think that it's time. More than anything, we give our beer time, and time means money. So I think a lot of craft brewers in America, they might just speed up things, because, you know, if that tank becomes available 1 week sooner, we can start brewing again, fill it up, and do a turnover. So it's all about money instead of about time. You know, we don't cut on quality. So our beer rests for 6 weeks minimum in a tank. If we would shorten that to 3 weeks, then we could brew twice as much.
But it wouldn't be the same beer.
It wouldn't be the same beer anymore. So that's something that is important for all Belgian breweries.
That's also why certain lagers, when you drink them too much, you have a terrible headache. So that's because they cut on maturation. So it's brewed and the beer leaves the brewery after 1 week. So there's no maturation. So
I heard from a brewery 2 days.
In the US.
no, you have
It's a
to
Belgian brewery.
brewery.
This was a Belgian brewery. 2 days.
Let's talk about one of the other ingredients. You asked about the water. Types of hops that are generally used in Belgium. What are you working with typically, Hans?
We use for some beers Belgian hops, but also hops from Germany or France.
Typically, what kind of strains are those?
The Golding, the Saphir, but also the Saas from and Fuggles,
Okay.
Styrian Golding. That's the most.
It's a typically different. It's a European hop profile than what we are using here in the U.S. And one of the struggles we have, though, unfortunately, we sold it faster than I can get a sample of your Castile Hoppy. That we make hop-oriented beers in this country, but rather than using it as a preservative, they're using it as a flavoring and bittering agent. And so it's educating our guests about a Belgian hoppy-oriented beer. It's still going to be balanced. It will still be malt forward, and the hops are more as a preservative and stabilizer for the beer than to be overpowering the flavor of the malt or whatever is my perception of it.
Yeah, I think it's because we are using the hops in several stages of the process. We are not only looking for the bitterness, but also the aroma, the flavor, and that's why they are more in balance. So when I'm drinking some American IPAs, they go to about 80 or 100 TBU, and then that blocks your taste, and it's finished to drink it for all night long.
Right.
Do you know that if all beer was brewed with as much hops as Americans tend to use, the price of beer would go up by 100%? Because of there would be a shortage of hops. So we are being ecological when we don't use okay. We think about the world, and you better start thinking about it. No, it's all about balance. We use canned Golding and Magnum, but I don't think you can describe St. Bernardus beers as being hoppy. And still, we are in the heart of the hop region. We are in the heart of the hop region of Belgium. We have a hop field right next door. So we believe in the importance of hops and good hops, but we don't exaggerate with the usage of it. We believe in balance in our brews. That's how it's always been done, and we don't think, like I said, we're trying to be ecological about it. Okay.
Any other questions?
Regarding
You don't mind.
regarding the recipes or how to are there any recipes that any of you do that actually sour the mash first before you go into the yeast process?
Sour the mash.
Letting the mash go sour before you brew it
And why would you do that?
to get a different kind of a sour.
Berliner Weisses are done that way.
A lot of Americans
I've never heard of any brewery in Belgium doing that.
No, we don't do that. But I think in Germany they when you mash in, you have to have a certain pH of 5.2. So the two kinds to get there. And in Germany they have the Reinheitsgebot, so they have to let some mash to become sour, and that they add. But yeah, behind the kettle there's a
Yeah, it is. Yeah, an aged mash. Right?
Yeah. But you have to correct the pH of the wort for the goose before going to the cooling. It has to be lower than from.
Any other questions? Then I want to, let's a round of applause, please, for our guests. We appreciate that. They are here to continue you a sampling. We're going to sign some bottles, and those will be available. And enjoy. What's the salute beer?
You say something.
Santé.
Very nice.
Thank you.